Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third game of this series between your home team, Canyon County Spuds, and the visiting Gem City Bison out of Laramie, Wyoming. I'm Nick Gruber, and thank you for tuning in to Spuds TV tonight. We're out here at Wolf Field as the Spuds look to win their third in a row and add to their 2-1 series lead today against the Bison. The Bison won a close game one on Wednesday, a final score of 4-3, but since then it's been all Spuds. Thursday's final score was an 18-0 blowout win, and last night a final score of 8-1 with the Spuds on top of it again. We'll come back with starting lineups after the national anthem. Alrighty. So before the first pitch, let's take a look at those starting lineups. Leading off for the Bison is number 15, the center fielder, Derek Wood. Next, number 4, the right fielder, Caleb Salgado. Third in the lineup is the designated hitter tonight, number 10, Luke Bannister. Batting cleanup is number 26, Nico Pezzanella. Fifth is the third baseman tonight, Keegan Schultz. Sixth, the shortstop, number 6, Justice Panton. Seventh, the second baseman, number 7, Tyler Godfrey. After him, the first baseman, number 29, Calvin Webb. And rounding out the lineup for the Bison, the left fielder, number 31, Cooper Hack. On the mound for the Bison is Ryan Keith, number 19. Now the starting lineup for your home team, Canyon County Spuds. Batting first is number 1, center fielder Owen Bischoff. Next, number 13, the right fielder Lucas Danielwicks. Third, the DH for the Spuds, number 34, Tyler Stone. Batting cleanup, first baseman, number 28, Tyler Miller. Fifth in the lineup, third baseman, number 10, Peyton Flynn. Next is the second baseman, number 15, Gabe Garrett. Seventh, the shortstop, number 26, Joshua Quinn. Eighth, number 8, the catcher, Matthew Shagabe. And rounding out the lineup is the left fielder, number 3, Chase Burke. On the mound for the Spuds tonight is number 35, Brendan Tom. So, as I touched on just a little bit ago, Spuds coming off back-to-back wins. In the last 2 games, the Spuds out-hit the Bison 27-8. The stats don't lie. The Spuds are heating up, and we all know nobody can handle hot potatoes. So tonight, the Bison look to get one back and even the series, and the Spuds will try to keep their dominance going. So it's just about time for the first pitch. It'll be Derek Wood leading off for the Bison, facing Brendan Tom, number 35, out of Mesa Community College. Tom hasn't pitched so far this series, but he has pitched in a game 3 innings at 12 ERA, allowing 5 hits, 4 runs, had a pair of strikeouts. So here comes the first pitch of the night. That one will be swung on and fouled off. start with an 0-1 count. So, Brendan Tom, the 0-1 to Derek Wood. That one will be just upstairs. We'll call it a ball, 1-1. So Derek Wood out of Paradise Valley Junior College, a left-handed hitter leading things off yet again for the Bison. Here comes the 1-1. That one will be high, ball 2. 2-1 count here in game 4 of this 5-game stretch. 2-1, that one will be high and outside. Hits the backstop, gets away from the catcher Shagabe for the Spuds. So now 3 balls, 1 strike to get things started here in tonight's game. Here comes the 5th pitch from Tome. That one will be high for a 5-pitch walk.
Right fielder, number 4, Caleb Salgado.
So Derek Wood will trot to first. We'll start the day with a walk. It'll bring up Caleb Salgado out of Yuba College, the right fielder tonight for the Bison. Now a runner at first and the second batter of the night will step into the box. The right-handed hitter Caleb Salgado for the Bison. So here comes the first pitch to Salgado. That one high, and Salgado has to drop low to avoid getting hit from that pitch. Be the 5th ball in a row for pitcher Brendan Tom. So not the start Tom was looking for. Let's see if he can find his way into the strike zone. Here comes the 1-0. That one, big swing and a miss. We'll even the count up at 1-1.
1-1 the count. Salgado, native of Sparks, Nevada.
So 1-1 now. Tom to Salgado. Derek Wood standing at first. Well, pickoff attempt. Can't be really handled cleanly from the first baseman, Tyler Miller. Throw was a little bit low. Nonetheless, Derek Wood slides back in safely. So count still at 1-1, no outs, a runner on here in the top of the first. Comes the pitch from Tom. Runner will be sent. Throw will not be in time. So successful stolen base for Derek Wood. He'll move in scoring position early on here in this game. So that pitch was in there for a strike. So count at 1-2. Now a runner at second is Derek Wood. Wood was the 1 run last night for the Bison. Came in the first inning, so a similar looking start for Derek Wood as he's standing at second. Time was called there from Salgado. Now here comes the 1-2 from Tom. That one on its way, swung on, fouled back. So that one was tipped back. So Wood will make his way back to second. So catcher Shagabe comes out and has a quick chat with Tom. The count sits at 1-2 with a runner on second. Salgado last night, no hits and his 1 at bat. Came in as a pinch hitter late into the game. So here comes the 1-2 now. Tom takes a peek at second. Pitch swung on towards left field. That's Chase Burke taking a few steps backwards and makes the grab cleanly. It'll hold the runner up at second. And the Spuds find their first out of the inning. So Salgado pops up to the left fielder, Chase Burke. Chase Burke for the Spuds making his series debut. He's played the couple games in the first series of the game, or first series of the season, rather. So now Luke Bannister at Temple College will step into the batter's box for the Bison. Bannister, the DH, in the lineup tonight. So here comes the first pitch with a runner on second. Tom takes a good look at him. That one will curve low and can't be handled by Shagabe. So Derek Wood will move from second to third. So Wood started the inning off with a walk, stole to second, now trots over to third after the errant pitch from Tom. Can't be handled well from Shagabe, who's the catcher. So 1 ball, no strikes. Now a runner 90 feet from scoring. Second pitch, will be high, ball 2. So Bannister last night, 3 at-bats, had 1 hit, and the 1 single RBI for the team last night. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, runner on third. Here comes the pitch. That one low, gets away. That'll score a run for the Bison. So 3 balls, no strikes. That one gets away from Shagabe. It'll be 1-0 Bison early. So a very similar start to yesterday's game, as Derek Wood nearly had the same path to scoring. So 1-0 Bison, 3-0 count. Tom to Bannister. That one will be high for his second walk of the inning. So that's a 4-pitch walk from Tom to Bannister. That's the second baseman, Gabe Garrett, coming in, giving Tom some words of encouragement, as now Tom will face Nico Pezzanella, who's playing catcher tonight for the Bison.
Catcher number 26, Nico Pezzanella.
Pezzanella last night was playing first, had 2 at-bats, no hits, was walked once. So here comes the first pitch to Pezzanella with a runner at first. That one will find the edge of the strike zone for strike 1. So after 4 straight balls, Tom finds a strike. Now the 0-1 count, 1 out, runner at first. Bison already got 1 on the board. Second pitch will be just a bit high. Even the count up at 1 ball, 1 strike. So now the 1-1 with 1 out and a runner at first. Comes the pitch from Tom. That one will be inside for another ball. So Tom struggling to find the strike zone to start today's game. This is his series debut against the Bison. So now the 2-1, Tome to Pezzanella. That one will skip in there, ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike now. Advantage to Pezzanella once more. 1 out. Here comes the 3-1 from Tom. That one, big swing and a miss. Second strike will move the count to full now. So now the full count. Here comes the pitch. The 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner will go early. He'll have to trot back because it seems Pezzanella called time just before Bannister took off from first. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, single out. Bannister still standing at first. Here comes the pitch, a pickoff attempt for the pitch. It won't be in time. Bannister slides back in safely. Derek Wood was walked to start the day. He's still second, made his way to third, and then made it home off of a bad pitch to score the 1 run for the Bison. So here comes the full count pitch. Swung on, it'll be fouled straight back. We'll leave the count at 3-2.
Count will remain the same. At 3-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Pezzanello
Bannister stands at first. Comes the pitch from Tom once more.
base and catcher. He's playing catcher for the brown and gold.
That one on its way. It'll be high and outside for ball 4. So the third walk of this inning.
Third baseman.
3 walks and 4 batters. It'll move a runner to scoring position, and now Pezzanella will stand at first.
Step in for the Bison. Texas Cowboys, we like to call them.
Good thing is we still got a no-hitter going.
Going to be called by one of the coaches as he walks out from the dugout. For the first pitch of this at
Dalen, coach for the Spuds, will walk out to the mound to have a chat with Tom after he walks 3 of the first 4 batters. And just 1 out here in the top of the first, with now a runner on first and second base.
talking to first base coach Tico Pereira. 1 out with runners on first and second for the Bison. Already pushed a run across as Wood got on base off of a walk.
Dalen will make his way back to the Spuds dugout after having his talk with Tom.
On 2 fastballs.
Runner at first and second, 1 out. Both runners were walked.
Schultz steps into the box.
They'll bring up Keegan Schultz, the third baseman out of Nichols State University. Here comes the first pitch to Schultz.
Comes set. Looks back at second. Here's
On its way, big swing and a miss, strike 1.
foul for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Schultz from the Colony, Texas.
So the 0-1 start from Tom to Schultz. 2 runners on, still just a single out, and the Bison jumped out to that early 1-0 lead. Here comes the second pitch to Schultz.
First and second.
That one's on its way. That'll be high for ball 1, so leaving the count up 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ball 1.
Tom to Schultz. Tom out of Mesa Community College.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners
So now the 1-1 count comes pitch.
on the top of the first. Here
Tom takes a peek back at second. Will step off, and the tag attempt will be in time. So a really late call there from the ump, but nonetheless, Tom turns around and picks off Bannister at second. So that was the second baseman, Gabe Garrett, sneaking up on the bag and tags out Bannister for the second out of the inning.
ultimately that was the right decision. 2 down for the Bison.
Coach for the Bison comes out, has a chat with the ump.
Coach Gansrow now out to talk with the home plate umpire. Just having a little conversation. If I know anything about Gansrow, with him being an umpire himself in the Coastal Plains League, he's not saying anything nasty to him. Just wanting to have a conversation, seeing what they saw. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So a lengthy conversation here from the Bison's coach
Bison leading 1-0.
to the ump. Now the umps will come together.
Walk back to the dugout.
Home place ump will relay the message to his partner here tonight. So if you missed the beginning of the game, Derek Wood led off things for the Bison, was walked, stole second, and then back-to-back errant pitches. He went from second to third and then third to home. So this is game 4 of this 5-game series. Spuds lead the series 2-1. So it looks like the out will stand. It'll be 2 outs, a 1-1 count. Tom now to Keegan Schultz. 1 ball, 1 strike. Single runner now at first is Pezzanella. He was walked.
Steps out. Pezzanella taking his lead off first.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch.
Now comes set.
A pickoff attempt to first. Throw will be outside. No tag attempt made there. Pezzanella slides in safely.
Count remains at 1.
So still the 1-1 count with 2 outs. Spuds looking to get out of this inning. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So Schultz, 2 healthy hacks. Can't find contact with the ball. The count now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
So 2 down here in the top of the first. Runner at first base. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Runner will be sent from first to second, but it'll be swung on and fouled back. So Pezzanella, who took off to steal the base, will have to make his way back to first.
Fall off, whether that be from the ball hitting in, I'm not really sure what happened. All I know is an object flew off of his face.
So 1-2 count with 2 outs. Last one was fouled off from Schultz. On its way, runner will be sent once more. The throw will not be in time. Pezzanella slides in safely for the second successful stolen base tonight for the Bison. So a runner now in scoring position once more. Still just 2 outs, 2-2 count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tom to Schultz once more. Here comes the 2-2. That one swung and a miss. So Brendan Tom finds his first strikeout of the night here after walking, I believe, 4 runners. Nonetheless, the Bison score 1, take the early 1-0 lead. We'll move to the bottom of the first as the Spuds look to even this one up. Owen Bischoff will lead things off, followed by Lucas Danielewicz and then Tyler Stone. We'll be right back with the action after this short break. Welcome back to Spuds TV. Bison jumped out to an early 1-0 lead as Derek Wood, the leadoff hitter for the Bison, was walked, stole second, made his way to third off of a pitch that got away from catcher Shagabe, and then made his way home from another pitch that got away. So that leads us up now to the bottom of the first. It'll be Owen Bischoff, the center fielder, leading things off once more. Bischoff was the leadoff hitter last night, 5 at-bats, He had one hit, a run, and 2 RBIs last night. So a 286 average. Bischoff will step into the box tonight facing Ryan Keith, who got the starting job for the Bison on the mound. Keith out of Garden City Community College, wearing 19, the left-handed pitcher. So here comes the first pitch to Bischoff. That one will be low, ball 1. So the 1-0 start, Keith to Bischoff. Here comes the second pitch. Swung on towards the shortstop. Can't be fielded cleanly by Justice Panton, so it'll be a leadoff base hit for Owen Bischoff. So Bischoff gets the night started for the Spuds offense. Swings at that second pitch, and it'll find its way into left field after shortstop Justice Panton couldn't field it cleanly. So Bischoff at first brings up Lucas Danielwicks. Danielwicks didn't play last night. Here comes the first pitch. That one will find the strike zone, strike 1. Danielwicks batting .353 on his 5 games, or his 5-game appearances, 17 at-bats, 7 runs, 6 hits. Here comes the 0-1 now. That one swung on. It'll be a high fly ball. It'll be the second baseman, Tyler Godfrey, making the run over to make the grab for out 1. So Godfrey runs over left to right to make the grab for the first out of the inning. So Bischoff still at first after his leadoff single. It'll bring up Tyler Stone, the DH tonight. Stone last night had one that went out of the ballpark. It was a home run for him, the first one of the season for the Spuds. So the big left-handed hitter looks for another one tonight. Here comes the first pitch from Keith to Stone. That one will be low for ball 1. So Stone leading the Spuds in batting average at .500 in his 6-game appearances. He's played in all of the games so far this year for the Spuds. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That one will be low and outside. Move the count to 2-0. As I said, Stone had the home run last night. He's got 2 RBIs on the year, 14 hits on 28 at-bats. So Stone looks to keep his hot bat going tonight. Here comes the 2-0. That one will be outside. Move the count to 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes to Tyler Stone from Ryan Keith. So advantage to Tyler Stone. So he looks at Keith with the 3-0 count, 1 out, runner at first. That one will be swung on. It'll be a high fly ball to left field. Cooper Hack running over, can't track it down. So here comes Bischoff rounding first. He's sent home. The throw is not in time. So the RBI double for Tyler Stone will even the score up at 1-1. Tyler Stone hits that one opposite field. It's Cooper Hack, couldn't track that one down. Bischoff makes his way from first all the way home for the first run of the night for the Spuds. So Tyler Stone been playing really well in the year. Keeps his season going with the RBI double. Now Tyler Miller, the first baseman, will step into the box. That first pitch will curve in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. It's Tyler Stone now standing at second off of the double that scored a run. So now the 0-1 to the lefty Miller. That one will be big swing and a miss. Nothing but air there for Miller. Miller played last night. Had 1 hit on his 4 at-bats. Here comes the 0-2 from Keith. That one will be swung on towards the first baseman, Calvin Webb. Fields it cleanly and will tap first base for out number 2. So Stone now makes his way to third from that hit from Miller. It'll bring up Peyton Flynn, the third baseman from Montana State now for the Spuds. So Flynn will step into the box with Stone standing 90 feet from a run with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Flynn batting .385 on the year in his 4 games, 13 at-bats, 5 hits. Here comes the first pitch to him. That one, big swing and a miss. It'll be strike one. So the 0-1 now, the lefty to the right-handed hitter. That one will be swung on high towards center field. It's Derek Wood making the grab for out 3. So that'll end the first inning. Tyler Stone has the RBI double, scores Owen Bischoff to even the game at 1 run to 1 run. We'll move to the second inning with this even ball game. We'll be right back. So now we'll move to the second inning. It'll be Justice Panton, the shortstop tonight for the Bison, leading things off. Looking at Tom still on the mound for the Spuds. So here comes the first pitch. That one will be in there for strike one. So Tom in the first inning struggled to find the strike zone. Let's see if he can change that up here. He had a few walks, which allowed that first run to score. So that pitch will be inside for ball one. So the 1-1 count now. So the Bison have 1 run, but still don't have a hit. So here comes the 1-1 now to Panton. That one will also be in there for strike. So strike 2 now. Tom has 1 strikeout. He found 1 last inning. Here comes the 1-2. Tom to Panton. 1-2. That one will be low for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to start things here in the top of the second. The leadoff hitter batting 6th in the lineup tonight for the Bison. Here comes the 2-2. That one will be a big swing and a miss, a leadoff strikeout to start the top of the second for Brendan Tom. So he finds his second of the day. Much better start to this inning than the last for Tom on the mound. So after Panton's strikeout, it'll bring up Tyler Godfrey for the Bison. Godfrey last night, 4 at-bats, couldn't find a hit. So looks to see if he can get something going on his series tonight. Here comes the first pitch. That one will be in there, strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, a single out now after the strikeout. So the 0-1, Tom to Godfrey. 1 out, no runners on. That one swung on, fouled straight back towards us. We'll make contact with the net, luckily, for strike 2. So the 0-2 now to Godfrey. Godfrey out of Montana State. Looking at Tom on the mound out of Mesa Community College. Here comes the 0-2. That one will be just a bit outside. Move the count to a 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. An even ball game out here at Wolf Field. Comes a pitch from Tom. That one swung on towards right field. That's Daniel Wicks. Can't get up there in time. It'll be a base hit for Tyler Godfrey.
First baseman, number 29, Calvin
So with the 1-2 count, Godfrey hits that one to right, drops in time before Daniel Wicks could make his way to the ball. It'll be a base hit. Runner on first now for the Bison. It'll bring up Calvin Webb. Top of the second, now runner at first. Here comes the first pitch to Webb. Now a pickoff attempt. It'll be a little bit high from the throw from Tom. So Godfrey easily back in time. So still the fresh count. Here comes the first pitch to Webb. Another pickoff attempt, but once more Tyler Godfrey will slide in safely. So here we go. See if we can get the first pitch now. Tom to Webb. Runner will be sent from first to second. The throw will once again not be in time. So it's the third successful stolen base for the Bison. That's Tyler Godfrey making his way from first to second. Now a runner moves to scoring position. It's Tyler Godfrey stealing first to second with no problem. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Webb. That one check swing will make contact. It'll be fouled off the right side of the field. We'll even the count up now at 1 ball, 1 strike. So now the 1-1. Tom to Webb. Godfrey stands at second base. Calvin Webb, the first baseman for the Bison, the right-handed hitter. Here comes the third pitch. That one swung on. It'll be fouled off straight to the third base coach for the Bison. He fields it cleanly, but nonetheless, the count will move to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Still the single out after Tom struck out Panton to start the inning. Here comes the pitch from Tom. He'll take a peek back at second. Garrett will step off. Time called from Webb. Tom took a nice long look at Godfrey standing at second. So Webb decided to call time. Now he steps back in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second. Pitch is delivered. That one, big swing and a miss. It'll be the second strikeout of the inning for Tom as he starts to find his groove here today. So Tom strikes out Webb. It'll bring up at the bottom of the lineup for the Bison. It's Cooper Hack, the left fielder now. So Hack batting 9th in the lineup. The right-hander out of Solano Community College. 2 outs now. Runner at second. Here comes the first pitch to Hack. A pickoff attempt. It's Tom taking off the mound. He flips it to second. A little bit of a pickle here. Tosses it to third. And now he will be tagged out. So a good work there from pitcher Tom. Catches Godfrey in a pickle, and they tag him out for out 3. So a runner left on base in scoring position for the Bison. They have their 1 single hit. The score will still stay even here at 1-1. We'll move to the bottom of the second as the Spuds look to take the lead. We'll be right back.
Don't you hear my boo?
A little bit of second inning entertainment out here at Wolf Field in Caldwell, Idaho, as the Illusion Dance Team. Kids dancing their heart out there. Looked pretty good from up here. Everybody tuning in. We hope you can make it out to the ballpark sometime so you can see something like that out here in Caldwell, Idaho. Great place to watch a ball game. Some of the best food in the Independence League. So we move to the bottom of the second. It'll be Gabe Garrett, the second baseman for the Spuds, leading things off. The score still all even out here at Wolf Field, 1 run to 1 run. Both teams scoring in the first. So here comes the first pitch, Keith to Gabe Garrett. That one will be in the corner of the strike zone, strike one. So the 0-1 count now to Gabe Garrett. Gabe Garrett out of Florida Tech, playing second baseman for the Spuds tonight. Here comes the second pitch. That one will get outside. Even the count up now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. That one swung on, will be fouled off, strike 2. So Garrett didn't play last night. Got the rest. On the season, he's played in 3 games, 15 at-bats and 4 hits, so a .267 batting average for the second baseman tonight. So now the 1-2 from Keith. That one will be swung on. It'll be chopped at. That's the second baseman, Tyler Godfrey, coming up to make the throw in time for out number 1. So Garrett turned on the burners there, but still couldn't get to the bag in time. It'll be 1 up, 1 down to start the bottom of the second. So now Joshua Quinn, he hasn't played at all for the Spuds this season. He's making his debut tonight, wearing number 26. So Joshua Quinn looks to start his career off with the Spuds in a good way. Here comes the first pitch. It'll be swung on and fouled off for strike 1. So Quinn comes out of Cal Lutheran. He starts his day with no balls, 1 strike, with 1 out and no runners on in the bottom of the second. Here comes the pitch. That one swung on to be down the third baseline. Keegan Schultz fields it. The throw is not in time. So Joshua Quinn now 1 for 1 in his Spuds career. A base hit will move him to first. It'll bring up Matt Shagabe, the catcher.
Number 8, Matthew Shagabe.
So now Matthew Shagabe will step up to the box for the Spuds as Joshua Quinn stands at first after the base hit. So 1 out, 1 runner on now. Here comes the first pitch. Keith to Shagabe. Runner will be sent. It's Joshua Quinn sliding into second and won't be in time. So the throw catches Quinn trying to steal first to second for the second out of the inning now. So now bases empty. So that pitch was in there for a ball to Shagabe. Here comes the second pitch. Will be in there for a strike now. So even 1-1 count. Blue sky starting to peek out here in Caldwell. Can't see it on the screen, but off to the right. We'll hope that that blue is moving our way. Here comes the 1-1 now. That one will be low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Shagabe, who now is in the box with 2 outs after Quinn was tagged out at second after trying to steal. That curved ball will stay up and outside for ball 3. So now 3 balls, 1 strike. Ryan Keith to Shagabe. Keith, no strikeouts so far. Comes the 3-1. That will be inside of the strike zone. Rather, 3 balls, 2 strikes now, full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, a couple of outs. Here comes the pitch to Shagabe. That one swung on. It'll be fouled up and out of the park. Hits the light pole and comes down. Oh, nobody is hit. Everyone stays safe out here at Wolf Field. It'll be a souvenir ball for a kid out here at the ballpark.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
So now the full count once more to Shagabe. That one will be upstairs for a walk. So Shagabe draws the walk off the full count. It'll bring up Chase Burke making his series debut. Hitting out, hitting 9th in the lineup. So now Chase Burke, first pitch to him will be swung on and fouled up and out for strike 1. Burke has played in 3 games so far. He's got 8 at-bats, but hasn't found a hit. It's got 5 strikeouts. So now the 0-1 with a runner at first. Shagabe leading off. The second pitch will be low for ball 1. So even the count up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-1 game with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Is Tyler Stone with the, whoa, that one swung on. It's deep left field. Left fielder going back. That'll bounce off the wall. Shagabe will round third. He's sent home. Well, the throw is not in time. So the throw a little bit outside allows Shagabe to slide in to score a run. So it'll be an RBI double for the left fielder, Chase Burke, his first hit of the season. So Spuds now regain the lead, 2-1. It'll bring the top of the lineup. Owen Bischoff for the Spuds. So as I was mentioning before, Burke hit that one deep left. Tyler Stone had an RBI double earlier to score the first run, and now the RBI double for Burke to score the second run. So fresh count, 2 outs, runner at second. That pitch will be outside and high for ball 1. So now the 1-0 to Owen Bischoff. Bischoff had a base hit. He scored the run earlier at Yakima Valley. Here comes the 1-0. Runner is sent from second and third. Big swing and a miss, and a successful stolen base for Chase Burke. Chase Burke showing off the wheels there. Steals the base. Now it stands 90 feet from home. So Spuds now 1 for 2 on the day and for stolen bases. The 1-1 count. Keith to Bischoff. On its way. Another big swing and a miss. Strike 2. Bischoff, 4 game appearances, 14 at-bats, and 4 hits, a .286 average. Will step back in the box for the Spuds. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Chase Burke stands at third. That one will be outside. Even the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So now the 2-2 count. Chase Burke at third. A hefty leadoff for him as he continues to scoot down the line. That pitch just a bit upstairs. Now the count moves to 3-2. So the 3-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 1 run scored to take the lead for the Spuds. Now here comes the full count pitch from Keith. On its way, swung on, it'll be high and fouled back towards the food truck. That one actually hits the food truck. Hopefully everyone's good back there. I hope it didn't land in any pile of food either. That would be a bummer. Hopefully no one's hot dog just got ruined. But the count will stay at 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll try it one more time. Full count once more. That one will be outside for the full count walk. So now runners will stand on the corners for the Spuds. It'll bring up Lucas Danielwicks, the right fielder out of Mesa Community College, batting second in the lineup. He's wearing 13 for the Spuds. Bison's coach will come out to have a chat with Keith as he's led up 1 run here, a runner in scoring position and a runner on first as well. Spuds tonight wearing their white pinstripe jerseys with the white pinstripe pants, playing the Gem City Bison, who wear their brown uniforms with the gray bottoms for one more game.
Hey, Micah, Jag.
So, coach for the Bison will trot back to the dugout, has his chat with Keith, gives some encouragement as he stands on the mound with runners at first and third. A fresh count to Lucas Danielwicks.
How about it, right fielder number 13, Lucas Danielwicks.
So here comes the first pitch to Danielwicks. Runners on first and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. First pitch is swung on towards left field. It'll stay fair, so 1 run will score. Danielwicks rounds first. Here comes the runner for the second run. The throw will not be in time. So 2 more runs for the Spuds as Chase Burke and Owen Bischoff both make their way home for the Spuds. So another RBI double. A 2 RBI double.
Tyler Stone.
So now the 4-1 lead as Danielwicks stands at second now. So a little bit of deja vu. 2 RBI double, and then another 2 RBI double. Here comes the first pitch, the DH Tyler Stone. That one swung on towards left field. That's a left fielder, Cooper Hack, running back and can't make the grab. So another run will score as Tyler Stone, his second double of the day. So Tyler Stone now has 2 RBIs and 2 doubles. So I'll correct myself earlier. He had an RBI, or he had a single RBI double and now another single RBI double. So now the score 5-1. So now Tyler Miller, number 28, the left-hander, will step into the box. Spuds lead this one 5-1. 4-run inning so far for him. A 2-out rally going right now. That first pitch will be inside. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Spuds up by 4. That pitch swung on towards the first baseman, fielded cleanly by Webb. He'll flip it to the pitcher for out 3. So there's the third out. We'll move to the third. The Spuds score 4 to now make the score 5-1. We'll be back with the action in the top of the third after this break.
Don't you hear me?
So it'll be the bottom of the lineup to start things here for the Bison.
No, that's 13. It's a song.
So a pinch hitter will come in here. It's number 13, Justin Ross. He comes in for Cooper Hack. That first pitch will be in there for a ball. So a little bit of confusion, but nonetheless, Justin Ross in the batter's box. All right, so 2 balls, no strikes. The leadoff hitter here in the top of the third. That pitch in there swung at for strike 1. So 2-1 count now to number 13, Ross. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tom still on the mound. That one, another big swing and a miss. They'll even the count up at 2-2. So back-to-back strikes, back-to-back whiffs for Justin Ross. Spuds out hitting the Bison 5-1. Lead this one by 4. Here comes the 2-2 from Tom. That one in there for strike 3. So Tom finds his 4th strikeout to the pinch hitter, Justin Ross. So now we'll move to the top of the lineup as Derek Wood. So Derek Wood was walked in the first and then stole second, made his way to third off a bad pitch, and made his way home off a bad pitch to score the single run. So that first pitch will be swung on. It's the left fielder, Chase Burke, going out of the foul ball line to make the play for out 2.
Right fielder number 4, Caleb Salgado.
So 2 up, 2 down to start the third. It'll bring up Caleb Salgado, the right fielder for the Bison. Salgado was batting 9th out of the lineup last night. Excuse me, no, he came in as a pinch hitter last night and couldn't find a hit at his 1 at-bat. So that first pitch in there for a strike. So the 0-1 count now, Tom to Salgado. Salgado out of Yuba College, the righty wearing number 4 for the Bison. Here comes the 0-1. That one will be outside. Shagabe slides to block that one. 1-1 now. So the 1-1, 2 outs, no runners on still for the Bison. The Bison trail this one by 4 after the Spuds scored 4 in the bottom of the second. Here comes the 1-1, a big swing and a miss, strike 2. So Tom finding his groove here on the mound. He started out walking 4 runners in the first, but now has been lights out, tossing strikes with 4 strikeouts. 1-2, 2 outs, no runners on. Here comes the pitch from Tom to Salgado. That one will be low and outside, even the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Tom has pitched 3 innings this year. In those 3 innings, he allowed 4 runs through 2 strikeouts. So his second appearance for the Spuds. Here comes the 2-2. That one will curve outside high. Ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count now. Tom to Salgado with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here comes the full count pitch from Tom. Tom looking for his 5th strikeout. That one swung on towards center field. It's Owen Bischoff moving forward to make the grab for out 3. So that'll be 3 up, 3 down for the Bison. We'll move to the bottom of the third inning now. The Spuds look to increase their lead. They are up 5-1. We'll be right back with the action after this break. So a new arm will come in for the Bison. It's Patrick Richardson coming in to sub out Ryan Keith. Keith, no strikeouts on the day, allowed 5 runs in his 2 innings pitched. So Richardson pitched very briefly the other night for the Bison, will now step back on the mound, facing Peyton Flynn, the first batter, leading off bottom of the 3rd here.
Third baseman number 10, Peyton Flynn.
So the Spuds scored 4 last inning, increased the lead, or took the lead 5-1. Patrick Richardson now pitching to Peyton Flynn. So here comes Patrick Richardson's first pitch. That one will be in there for strike 1. Peyton Flynn out of Montana State in the box for the Spuds. Here comes the 0-1. That one way inside. Even the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Flynn looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 1. Here comes the 1-1. That one will catch the outside of the strike zone. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. The leadoff hitter of this inning, Peyton Flynn. Patrick Richardson, his first hitter of the day. He's on the mound for the Bison. Here comes the 1-2. That one will be outside, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Richardson to Flynn. Flynn didn't play last night. Got a rest. Here comes the pitch to him. That one check swing. It will stay fair, and he'll be tagged out. So Flynn check swing, catches the inside of his bat, just dinks off, and Patrick Richardson runs up, grabs the ball, and tags him out on his way to first for the first out of the inning.
Gabe Garrett.
So now Gabe Garrett will step into the box with 1 out now, no runners on. Gabe Garrett, batting .267 in his 3 games. Here comes the first pitch to him. It'll be swung on and fouled off. Strike 1. Garrett's got 4 hits and 15 at-bats so far this year. Richardson found the out at his first, looking at his first hitter. The second pitch will be high. Even the count up now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Spuds lead this one 5-1. Here comes the 1-1 now. That one swung on and fouled back once more. Count now evens up, count moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, a single out. No runners on for the Spuds. Here comes the pitch. That one way outside will hit Garrett's left leg. He'll walk that one off, makes his way to first after being hit by the pitch. So now a runner at first, and Gabe Garrett will bring up Joshua Quinn. He had a base hit earlier, but was tagged out at second after trying to steal. It's his first game in a Spud uniform this year.
Joshua Quinn.
So he's 1 for 1 as a Spud. Quinn out of Cal Lutheran, playing shortstop tonight.
Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow,
Dalen Dobish
right here at Woolfield,
will trot over to first to make sure Garrett's doing okay.
$1 hot dog, $1.
Garrett looks to
10 Barrel Brewing,
be in a little bit of
beer,
pain
and
after being
$1
hit by that
Pepsi product.
pitch.
Tomorrow, folks, we're trying to set an ILB attendance record tomorrow, trying to sell this place out. That's tomorrow, 1 o'clock, gates open at noon.
So Coach Dobish will return back to the dugout. It seems as if Gabe Garrett's okay after being hit by that pitch. So now Quinn will step into the batter's box. A fresh count, 1 out. with a runner at first. Here comes the first pitch from Richardson. That one will be low and outside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes now for Joshua Quinn. One ball, no strikes, runner at first, 1 out. Spuds lead this one 5-1. Here comes pitch 2. That one will be outside. So not 2 balls, no strikes. This is game 4 of this series. Spuds lead the series 2-1 after 2 dominant victories back-to-back nights. So 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. That one will low and outside for ball 3. So advantage to Quinn. 3 balls, no strikes. So here comes the 3-0 from Richardson. Pitch will find the strike zone, move the count to 3-1. So Richardson finds the strike zone now at this at-bat. Count will stand at 3 balls, 1 strike. Richardson delivers. That'll be outside for a 5-pitch walk. So a runner now moves to scoring position. It'll bring up Shagabe to the mound. He was walked earlier, his second appearance at the plate tonight.
The catcher, number 8, Matthew Shagabe.
So now Quinn draws the walk, stands at first. Garrett was hit by the pitch, now moves to second. So Shagabe now steps in. Shagabe, 1 game appearance so far, 3 at-bats and no hits. So he looks to get his first hit in a Spuds uniform tonight with 2 runners on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That first pitch in there, strike 1. So last night it was an 8-1 victory for the Spuds. The bats were on fire. Bison had no answer. So no balls, 1 strike. Here comes the second pitch. That one will skip in there. Even to count, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the 1-1 to Shagabe. Shagabe playing catcher for the Spuds tonight, making his series debut. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Richardson. That one will be low and outside. 2nd ball in a row. So 3 pitches, no swings yet from Shagabe. Here comes the 2-1. Richardson gets the call and delivers the pitch. That one finds the edge of the strike zone. Will even the count now up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the outside of the strike zone getting a little bit of love today from the home plate umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes, single out here in this game in the bottom of the 3rd. The runner will be sent from 2nd to 3rd. He slides in safely. The pitch gets away from the 3rd baseman, so it'll be a run scored for the Spuds. That was Gabe Garrett making his way from 2nd all the way home, and then Quinn makes his way from 1st to 3rd. So another run scores for the Spuds. The count moves to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gabe Garrett scores the run after being hit by the pitch. So now the 3-2. Joshua Quinn stands at 3rd base. Here comes the full count from Richardson. That one finds the center of the strike zone. Strike 3. So Richardson's first strikeout of the day is to Matthew Shagabe. They'll find the 2nd out of the inning. Then it'll bring up Chase Burke. Chase Burke has an RBI double today. He steps into the box with a runner on 3rd, looking for his 2nd RBI. Here comes the first pitch to Burke. Finds the outside of the strike zone, strike one. So no balls, one strike. Quinn stands at third. That second pitch upstairs, even the count at 1-1. So the Spuds score one more as Garrett went to steal third, and then the toss from the catcher skips over the third baseman's head. That pitch is swung on from Chase Burke, strike two. So here comes the first train of the night out here at Wolf Field. One of the cool aspects of this ballpark out here in Caldwell. So the 1-2 now to Burke. That one will skip in there, blocked well by the catcher Pezzanella to hold the runner up at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes now with a couple of outs. And Quinn standing at third. Burke winds up his bat. Richardson gets the call. Here comes the pitch. The 2-2, big swing and a miss for strike 3. So Richardson, his second strikeout of the day, 2 strikeouts that inning as he came in to sub out Ryan Keith. So the Spuds score one more, increase their lead now to 6-1. The Bison will be back out on the offensive end to start the 4th inning. They look to mount a comeback. We'll be right back with the action. So now we move to the 4th. Luke Bannister looks to get things started for the Bison. Bannister the DH tonight as the sun peeks out and shines on this field. You can see the half shade, half sun now on the turf infield and the bright outfield. The first pitch is swung at towards the the second baseman Garrett, fields it cleanly and flips it over to first. So 1 pitch, 1 out to start the top of the 4th. So now Nico Pezzanella out of Northern State University. Left-handed hitter now will step into the box for the Bison. So quick out there to start the 4th as Bannister grounds out to the second baseman, Garrett. So here comes the first pitch now to Pezzanella. That one will be a bit high. Ball 1. So now 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Second pitch in there for a strike. So even the count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Brendan Tom on the mound for the Spuds. 4 strikeouts, allowed that 1 run at the first. Another pitch in there inside, strike 2. So back-to-back strikes for Tom as he delivers to Pezzanella. So the right-handed Tom to the left-handed Pezzanella. Here comes the 1-2 count with 1 out. Swung on, fouled straight back, hits the net. Count will stay at 1-2. Tom will have to pitch 1 more. So the 1-2 count still. Top of the fourth. Nico Pezzanella will watch that one slide in low. Even the count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So even 2-2 count, single out, nobody on. Tom delivering to Pezzanella. Comes the pitch, that one will be upstairs, now a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Tom looks for his 5th strikeout here today. Bison still just 1 hit through their 3 full innings. That one check swing hits Pezzanella's bat, so it'll be a foul ball. Count will stay at 3 balls, 2 strikes. So a little bit of a battle here between Tom and Pezzanella. The full count. Tom delivers. That one curves. It'll be stay outside. Ball 4, so a walk. Pezzanella will make his way to first base.
Third baseman, number 21.
He'll bring up Keegan Schultz out of Nicholls State University. The tall righty. We'll look at Tom with the fresh count. So here comes the first pitch. Tom to Schultz. Runner at first. A pickoff attempt. Pezzanella will slide in safely. So Schultz played last night, 4 at-bats, had 1 hit. He's playing third base for the 2nd night in a row. Comes the first pitch. That one will be in there for a strike. 0 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. It's Pezzanella at first after being walked. Sun shines onto the field out here in Caldwell. Here comes the 0-1. On its way, swung on, fouled off towards the right side of the field, off the net to the Bison dugout. It'll be the 2nd strike now, so no balls, 2 strikes. Tom looking for a strikeout here. 0-2 count, 1 out. Spuds lead by 5. Comes the pitch from Tom. No, it's a pickoff attempt to first, but Pezzanella slides in safely once more. The Bison do have a couple of successful stolen bases, so I'm sure Tom is thinking about that while he stands on the mound. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Tom throws. That one will be outside, ball 1. So now the 1-2 count to Keegan Schultz. The runner on first here in the top of the 4th, single out. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on towards the third baseman. A diving play by Peyton Flynn. He picks up and throws to first in time for the 2nd out of the inning. So a great play there from third baseman Peyton Flynn. He lays out, picks up the grounder, stands up, and throws a rifle to first base for out 2. So Justice Panton will follow Keegan Schultz, a runner now in scoring position at 2nd. It's Pezzanella who made his way from first to 2nd. So here comes the first pitch. Tom to Panton, the left-handed hitter from North Carolina A&T. First pitch high upstairs, ball 1. So Panton has been designated as the beer batter out here at Wolf Field. If he strikes out tonight, everybody who came to watch this game will get 50% off on any beer purchase. So the crowd looking for a strikeout here. The 1-0 now. That one low skips in there, handled by catcher Shagabe, holds up the runners. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second is Pezzanella. 2 outs. Bison still trail by 5. 2-0 pitch will be inside for the 3rd ball. So 3 balls, no strikes to Justice Panton. Panton playing shortstop for the Bison. 3-0 count, 2 outs. Tom delivers. That one will find the strike zone, move the count to 3-1. So there's the first strike to Panton. Crowd excited about that one. 3-1, Tom, 4 strikeouts so far in his 4th inning of pitching. Got the start. 3-1 on its way, will be inside for ball 4. So a walk. Panton makes his way to first base. Now runners on first and second. Tyler Godfrey has the only hit so far today for the Bison. Will make his way into the box. But Coach Iniguez will come out and have a chat before Godfrey gets pitched. So it'll be a new pitcher coming in for the Spuds. We'll let you know who it is after we take this short break. We'll let him get his arm warmed up. So Tom's night is done. He had 4 strikeouts, just allowing that single run. We'll take a short break and be right back with the action. So the new pitcher in for the Canyon County Spuds is Clay Rickerman. He's making his pitching debut this season for the Spuds. So he steps on the mound with 2 outs. First pitch will be right to him. And a nice looking grab from Clay Rickerman. So Rickerman takes the line drive straight to him. He grabs that one with right over his head and tosses it over him, letting everybody know, yeah, that was pretty cool. So that will be the 3rd out of the inning. We'll move to the bottom of the 4th now. Spuds still up 6-1. To the bottom of the fourth now.
Your center fielder.
It'll be Owen Bischoff leading things off. He is batting at the top of the lineup today for the Spuds. He has a single of his 2 at-bats. This is his 3rd one of the night. 6-1 lead. The Spuds, they scored 1 in the first, 4 more in the second, and a single run in the third. Bison scoring their 1 in the first. The first pitch will be low for a ball. So it's Patrick Richardson on the mound. He came in last inning and dealt 2 strikeouts. So here comes 1 ball, no strike pitch from Richardson. That one will be upstairs, ball 2. So the Spuds looking to clinch the series win tonight, as this is game 4 of the 5-game stretch. 2 balls, no strikes to Bischoff. That one also will be high for ball 3. So 3 quick balls to start the bottom of the 4th. Spuds out hitting the Bison 6-1 tonight. The score also 6-1. So here comes the 4th pitch from Richardson, 3-0. That one high and inside, so a 4-count walk to start the 4th will put Bischoff at first and bring up Lucas Danielwicks. Danielwicks has a 2 RBI double on the day.
13, Lucas Danielwicks.
So Danielwicks steps in the box with a runner on first now, and Patrick Richardson on the mound. Danielwicks batting .353 on the year, 5-game appearances, 6 hits, and 17 at-bats. Here comes the first pitch. Runner is sent. It's Bischoff sliding into second, and he makes it in time. So a successful stolen base for Bischoff off the first pitch from Richardson to Danielwicks. So now a runner in scoring position with no outs. So that pitch was in there for a ball. So 1-0, runner in scoring position at second base is Bischoff. Danielwicks, the right-handed hitter, looking at the right-handed Richardson. That one swung on, fouled right and back. Strike 1. This count evens up now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Spuds leading this one 6-1. Richardson gets his call. Here comes the 1-1. Takes a peek back at second. Will step off of the mound to make Bischoff return back to second. No throw was made, but the idea was there. So now the 1-1 to Danielwicks. Runner is sent. Bischoff will slide safely for his 2nd stolen base. So Bischoff showing off his wheels. Not even a toss from the catcher to third. Makes it there easily. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Bischoff stands at third. Here comes the pitch to Danielwicks. That one swung on, and it'll find the center field gap. So it'll an RBI single. His 2nd RBI of the day. Danielwicks with the base hit. So 7-1 now as Bischoff steals first to second, second to third, and then is batted home. So that's Danielwicks' 3rd RBI of the night. He stands now at first base. The Spuds increase their lead 7-1 now. Here comes the designated hitter, Tyler Stone. Stone last night had a home run, and tonight he has 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. Richardson will step off the mound, fake the pickoff attempt, makes Danielwicks slide back in. So here comes the first pitch now to Stone. Here comes the first pitch. Stone will let that one drop in there for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. Runner at first is Danielwicks. Bischoff was scored. Here comes the 0-1. Richardson throws. That's Danielwicks sending from first to second, and he is in time. So 3 successful stolen bases for the Spuds this inning. As now Daniel Wicks moves from first to second. So now the 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. The runner at second, Daniel Wicks. Daniel Wicks had the base hit and then just stole the bag. Spuds lead this one 7-1. Here comes the 1-1 to Stone. Swung on towards the first baseman, Calvin Webb. He fields it cleanly. He'll outrun Stone to the first base bag. Daniel Wicks will make his way to third, but there's the first out of the inning. So now a fresh count. It'll be Tyler Miller, the first baseman out of Bellevue Community College. He'll step into the box with Daniel Wicks standing at third base and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. The 0-0, Richardson to Miller. That one will skip low inside, blocked by the catcher Pezzanella for ball 1. So blue skies now out here at Wolf Field. Any sort of heavy clouds have moved out of our way. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Comes the pitch to Miller. That one swung on towards center field. This is center fielder Derek Wood moving right to left. Makes the grab. Daniel Wicks takes off to home and slides in there in plenty of time to score another run. So it's a sacrifice fly for Tyler Miller. Will score a run for the Spuds. Now 8-1, 2 outs.
Third baseman number 10, Peyton Flynn.
So Peyton Flynn will step up now with no runners on, 2 outs. Peyton Flynn out of Montana State. Flynn didn't play last night. Here comes the first pitch to Flynn. That'll be outside for ball 1. So Flynn batting .385 in his 4 games that he has appeared in, 5 hits. Looks at Richardson on the mound for the Bison. The 1-0 pitch. That will be low, ball 2. So 8-1, that's how the score finished last night. It's where we are here now, early in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes the 2-0. That one swung on. It'll be fouled off straight towards the home team dugout along the third base line for strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Spuds have added 2 this inning. Here comes the 2-1. That one will be swung on and fouled off again. Even the count up at 2-2. 2-2 count now, 2 outs. Tyler Miller stands in the box for the Spuds. Pitch on its way, big swing and a miss. That was Peyton Flynn in the mound. Correcting myself, that'll be strike 3. So Flynn strikes out. Richardson finds his 3rd strikeout of the day. We'll move to the 5th now. The Spuds add 2 to their lead. 8-1 the score now. We'll be right back after this short break.
First baseman, number 29, Calvin Webb.
Calvin Webb will get things started for the Bison. They trail this one by 7. We'll start the top of the 5th. Clay Rickerman on the mound for the Spuds. Once again, it is his debut. He came in an inning ago for Tom. So here comes the first pitch. That one will catch the top of the strike zone, strike 1. So that's Rickerman's only his second pitch of the day in there for a strike. So the 0-1, that one will be low and inside, even the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The first batter here in the top of the 5th. Pitch from Rickerman is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strikes to Calvin Webb. Webb out of Dakota Wesleyan University. Comes the 2-1 from Rickerman. That one will find the center, the strike zone, even the count now at 2-2. So 2-2 count to the leadoff batter here in the 5th. Here comes the 2-2 from Rickerman. Webb will swing and miss. It'll be a strikeout for Rickerman. The throw to first is in time. So 1 up, 1 down to start the 5th. It'll be a strikeout for Rickerman, his first one of the day. So now Justin Ross, who has come in as the pinch hitter for Cooper Hack. So Justin Ross now looks at Rickerman with 1 out, nobody on. The first pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1. So Rickerman on the mound out of Cal Lutheran for the Spuds. Here comes the 0-1 to Ross. That one, big swing and a miss, strike 2. So 4 strikes in a row for the pitcher Rickerman. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Here comes the pitch from Rickerman. That one swung on. It'll be back-to-back strikeouts for Clay Rickerman. So 2 up, 2 down. It'll now bring the top of the order back up for the Bison. Derek Wood, the center fielder out of Paradise Valley Junior College. So Derek Wood was the one who came around the bases and scored the single run for the Bison tonight. He was walked in the first, stole second, made his way to third, and then off a bad pitch, made his way home. The first pitch is swung on, fouled off, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here comes a pitch from Rickerman, swing and a miss, strike 2. So Rickerman on fire right now, just dealing strike after strike. Looking to go 3 up, 3 down here in the 5th. 0 balls, 2 strikes, a couple of outs. Rickerman looking for the 3rd. That pitch will be outside for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Rickerman to Wood. Delivered. Big swing and a miss. So 3 strikeouts in a row for Clay Rickerman. 3 up, 3 down. We'll end the top of the 5th. We'll move to the bottom. Spuds still, Spuds lead this one 8-1. We'll be right back with the action after this short break.
On for your Spuds.
So to get things started here in the bottom of the fifth for the Spuds is Gabe Garrett, the second baseman out of Florida Tech. Garrett batting .267 on the year, 3 games appeared. Here comes the first pitch to him. It'll be high from Richardson, ball 1. So as I was saying, Garrett has 15 at-bats and has grabbed 4 hits. So he looks for his first hit tonight. Here comes pitch 2. That one swung on. It'll be fouled off towards the dugout of the Spuds. Even the count now, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Out in the bottom of the 5th now. The Spuds still lead this one 8-1. 1 run in the first, 4 more in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, will be fouled back and out. Strike 2. So the Spuds have scored a run in each of their batting appearances in the first, second, third, and fourth. So they need to keep their offensive hot streak going. The bats have come alive in the past 3 games for the Spuds. 1-2 count. Swung on towards right field. That's Salgado coming up to make the grab, and he does. So Salgado moves left to right, gets underneath that ball for out 1. So Garrett pops out. It'll bring up the shortstop, Joshua Quinn. He's got a base hit. The right-handed hitter will step into the box.
Joshua Quinn.
As I was saying, the Spuds are out hitting the Bison 8-1 today. Here comes the first pitch. That one check swing in there for a strike nonetheless. Ball 1. Excuse me, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Comes the second pitch from Richardson. Big swing and a miss. Move the count now 0-2. First 2 pitches to Quinn, both in there for strikes. Richardson 3 strikeouts after coming in, I believe, in the 3rd inning. Here comes the 0-2. That one will be way low and outside. 1-2 now. Just the 1 out, no runners on. Here comes the 1-2 from Richardson. That one swung on down the third base line. It'll stay fair. Will Quinn outrun the ball? No, he won't. Throw is in time from the third baseman, Keegan Schultz, to the first baseman, Calvin Webb, for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down. It'll bring up Shagabe, the catcher for the Spuds.
The catcher, number 8, Matthew Shagabe.
So a quick 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th brings up Shagabe, the right-handed hitter, wearing number 8. Comes the first pitch. That one high and outside, ball 1. So Shagabe takes that first pitch for a ball. Here comes the 1-0 now. That one Shagabe takes for strike 1. So even the count up at 1-1. 1-1 count. On its way, that one will be low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strikes, 2 outs. Richardson to Shagabe. It's the 8-1 lead for the Spuds. Comes the 2-1. That one swung on towards left field. That's Cooper Hack making a diving play. Can't get under it, so it will be a base hit for Shagabe. Oh, an errant throw to first. Shagabe will take off to second. So that will probably go down as an error for the Bison. Shagabe looked like he had a base hit, but then a bad throw to first. He makes his way to second.
Number 3, Chase Burke.
So now a runner in scoring position. Shagabe at second brings up the bottom of the lineup, Chase Burke. He had an RBI double earlier today. So 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch. Richardson to Burke. Comes the 0-0. That one will be inside. Handled well by Pezzanella. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Richardson to Burke. 1-0. Richardson to Burke. Delivers. That one will be low and outside. So 2 pitches, 2 balls. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner stands at second base. Clear skies out here at Wolf Field. Here comes the 2-0. That one will be low for the 3rd ball in a row. Three balls, no strikes, advantage to Burke. Shogbe takes his lead from second. Comes the 3-0 from Richardson. Takes a peek back at Shogbe and now delivers. That one will miss outside. It'll be a 4-pitch walk. So now we'll move to the top of the lineup. Owen Bischoff will make his way to the box for the Spuds with the runner at first and second now.
Owen Bischoff.
Bischoff will step into the box looking at Richardson. Richardson just walked Chase Burke. So Burke stands at first, Shogbe stands at second. Richardson will step off looking for a pick attempt, but doesn't toss the ball to second. Shogbe will tag up and then take his lead once more. Bischoff looking at Richardson. Comes the first pitch of this at-bat. Delivered, swung on, fouled off. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike now. Still 2 outs. Bischoff has a base hit earlier. Bischoff out of Yakima Valley. Wearing number 1 in the Spuds white uniforms. The 0-1, Richardson to Bischoff. That one will skip in there for ball 1. So good block once more from the catcher Pezzanella. Will even the count up at 1 ball, 1 strike. So Burke stands at first, Shogbe at second. Spuds up 7 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Bischoff. That one will find the outside of the strike zone. 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 runners on. Standing at first and second with 2 outs. Richardson, 3 strikeouts. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Bischoff. Big swing and a miss for strikeout number 4. So 2 runners will be left on for the Spuds. They can't capitalize. Be a goose egg in the inning for that. But they still lead this one 8-1. We'll move now to the top of the 6th. Take a short break and be right back with the action.
Don't you hear my
We move to the top of the 6th. It'll be a pitching change for the Canyon County Spuds. It's Cade Castillo out of Lone College coming in for Rickerman. Rickerman had 3 strikeouts, a good couple of innings for him. Spuds will go to the pen, bring out Cade Castillo. Castillo making his pitching debut as we welcome train number 2 to Wolf Field. Here it comes left to right on your screen. Nonetheless, Cade Castillo, his first hitter will be Caleb Salgado, the right fielder out of Yuba College. First pitch in there, strike 1. So Castillo pitching sidearm, his first pitch of the night, a strike. So the sidearm righty pitcher to the right-handed hitter, Caleb Salgado. That one will be inside. Ball 1. His sidearm, almost an underhand. He really gets down there. And whips that thing to the plate. So 1-1 now, 1 ball, 1 strike. That one swung on, fouled back, strike 2. So the 1 solo run for the Bison coming in at the first inning. They still only have 1 hit on the day. A similar struggle for them tonight as they had last night. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Caleb Salgado. That one curves in high. Even the count now 2-2. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Castillo to Salgado. 2-2 delivered, chopped at towards the second baseman Garrett. He fields it and flips it to first in time for out 1. So Castillo starts his night with a ground out to Gabe Garrett for the first out of the inning. It'll bring up Luke Bannister, the designated hitter for the Bison, number 10. Like I mentioned, still just 1 hit for the Bison tonight, and it came from Tyler Godfrey, the second baseman. So DH Bannister steps in and looks at the sidearm pitcher Castillo. First pitch is swung at, chopped at Castillo. Castillo fields it and flips it to Miller at first for out 2. So quick second out. We'll bring up another batter.
Check that. The catcher, number 26, Nico Pezzanella. The catcher, Pezzanella.
So now Nico Pezzanella will be the 3rd batter Castillo faces. Castillo gets his call from catcher Shagabe. Here comes the first pitch. That'll be in there for strike 1. So that's a big train crossing the back of the field. Caboose is just about across the screen. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bison still down 7. Second pitch catches the edge of the strike zone, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. No runners on here in the top of the 6th. There's 2 outs, no balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 3rd pitch. Will be low, gets behind catcher Shagabe for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes now. Castillo to Pezzanella. Pezzanella out of Northern State University. He's playing catcher for the Bison tonight. That pitch gets away from Castillo. It'll be way outside for ball 2. So even the count up now. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pezzanella. Pezzanella last night, 2 at-bats, couldn't find a hit, was walked. He steps back into the box, the lefty hitter. Comes the 2-2. That one swung on towards left field, just barely will go foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll try this pitch once more. 2-2 count, 2 outs. No runners on in the top of the 6th. Castillo looks at Pezzanella in the box. Time called from Pezzanella. He'll step out and now step back in. Still the 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Pezzanella swings at it, and it'll be fouled straight back and just outside of this park. Just goes over the stands out here at beautiful Wolf Field in Caldwell. Decent crowd here tonight. Game 4 of this 5-game series. Spuds lead 2-1 so far in the 3 games played. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch from Castillo. That one curves in and called outside for a ball. So move the count to full now. The crowd thought that one was a strike. Hard to tell from up here. Called a bit outside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Castillo to Pezzanella. 2 outs, nobody on. Castillo delivers. That will be low and outside. It'll be a walk. So the 6-pitch walk to Pezzanella will bring up Keegan Schultz to the mound. Schultz last night, 4 at-bats, had 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 250 average. Schultz playing third baseman for the Bison. He'll step into the box with a runner at first with 2 outs. Castillo to Schultz. That one swung on, strike 1. Like I said, this is game 4 of this series. Tomorrow's game will be played at 1 o'clock. It's been moved to 5-1 due to weather concerns. They're going to escape the rain and play it early. So that's tomorrow's game 5-1. Runner is sent from first to second. Shagabe's throw just barely misses, not in time. Pezzanella, successful stolen base. So Shagabe's toss from home, not in time. Runner in scoring position now for the Bison. 2 outs, here comes the pitch. That one framed well from the catcher in there for strike 2. One, 2 count, 2 outs. Pezzanella stands at second. Castillo delivers. That one swung on, fouled off straight towards the VIP section and the Bison dugout. Looks like everybody's all right over there. Count will stay at 1-2. Keegan Schultz, number 21 for the Bison out of Nichols State University. Looking at Cade Castillo, his first inning here today. The 1-2 pitch on its way. That'll be outside. Even the count now, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Castillo to Schultz. Time called from Schultz. He'll step out of the box. Castillo will step off the mound. Pezzanella still stands at second for the Bison. The 8-1 lead for the Spuds. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on towards center field. It'll find the gap. Pezzanella will round third. He's sent home. The throw from center field is high. So it'll be an RBI double for Keegan Schultz, as Pezzanella will score. So the Bison find their second run of the night. Move the score to 8-2 now.
Tonight's beer batter, ladies and gentlemen.
So now, after Schultz RBI double, it'll bring Justice Panton now, the shortstop, up to bat.
50% off beer.
0-0 count. Runner on second, 2 outs. A run was scored there with 2 outs in this inning. First pitch outside, ball 1. Jogbe slides from right to left to make the grab there. 1-0. Castillo to Panton. Panton, the shortstop for the Bison. The pitch on its way, swung on. That'll find the gap just past the shortstop, Quinn. Here comes Schultz to home. The throw will hit Schultz's leg, so Panton will hold up at second. So back-to-back RBI doubles for the Bison as they now move the score 8-3. So Schultz hits the RBI double, and then Panton hits the RBI double to score Schultz. So 2 runs scored with 2 outs here in the inning. Dalen Dobish will come out, have a chat with Castillo, who's allowed those 2 runs here in this inning. Infield will come in and have a chat. So just another friendly reminder, tomorrow's game, originally scheduled for a 5:05 first pitch, has been moved back 4 hours, 1:05 first pitch. There's some heavy rain in the forecast, so gonna try to escape that and then let the Bison make their trip back home to Laramie after that game. So we'll get back to the action here. Castillo stays on the mound for the Spuds. He'll now be facing Godfrey after allowing back-to-back RBI doubles. Fresh count. Castillo to Godfrey, the second baseman out of Montana State. 8-3 the score now. Spuds get back 2. First pitch outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Godfrey. Godfrey has a base hit today. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Stays outside, ball 2. Similar spots from those 2 pitches. Castillo, the sidearm to Godfrey. Godfrey last night didn't have a hit, so better night for him tonight as he does have a single. Comes the 2-0. That one, big swing and a miss, will be strike 1. Castillo, the third pitcher of the night for the Spuds, as they lead this one 8-3. 2-1 count now. That pitch will be low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count. So Castillo started off hot, now cooling down. As this count sits at 3 balls, 1 strike now. Still 2 outs. Here comes the pitch to the lefty Godfrey. Castillo delivers. That will find the strike zone. Move the count to full. So Godfrey started to walk to first, thinking that one was outside of the zone. But it finds the strike zone. 3-2 count now. Three balls, 2 strikes, full count, 2 outs, runner on second. That one will slip outside. It'll be another walk. So runners now first and second as Godfrey trots down to first base. It'll bring up Calvin Webb hitting 8th in the lineup, the first baseman for the Bison.
That'll bring up first baseman Calvin Webb.
First baseman number 29, Calvin Webb. First baseman, Webb.
Having a small chat.
Wait, is there anybody trouble?
0 balls, 0 strikes, 2 outs. Runners stand at first and second. It's Godfrey being walked to first, and Panton had the RBI double standing at second. Comes the first pitch to Webb.
2 outs.
That one will be inside for ball 1. So 5 of Castillo's last 6 pitches have missed the strike zone. Count sits at 1-0. That one will be swung on by Webb and fouled straight back. Even the count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runners on, still 2 outs. Bison scoring both of their runs with 2 outs in this inning. Comes the 1-1 to Webb. That one will be upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike now. 2-1 count as the sun slowly sets out here in Caldwell. The lights have been turned on. Here comes the 2-1 Castillo to Webb. That one check swing finds the strike zone. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Spuds still lead by 5 runs. Here comes the 2-2. Runners are set. It'll be hit towards left field, and it'll drop. So it'll be a base hit, and it'll score a run. So Webb picks up his first hit of the night. It'll be an RBI single for him as the Bison slowly coming back here. It was 8-1 at the start of this inning, now 8-4. 3rd run of the inning. All scored with 2 outs.
Left fielder, number 13, Justin Ross. Left fielder, Ross.
So Justin Ross comes in to the box now with 2 runners still on, a fresh count. He came in for Cooper Hack. So that first pitch in there for a ball. So 1-0 start. Castillo to Ross. Ross 9th in the lineup. Here comes the 1-0 with 2 runners on and 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Time is called by Justin Ross. Ross last night, 3 at-bats, couldn't find a hit, struck out twice. So the 1-0 still. Here comes the pitch from Castillo. That one will be upstairs for another ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Castillo has cooled off. Still in his first inning here tonight. 3rd pitcher for the Spuds. 2-0 count. That will find the strike zone. Now move the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1, 2 outs. Score sits at 8-4. Spuds lead. Here comes the 2-1. That one, big swing and a miss. It will be fouled back, so runners can't advance. We'll move the count to 2-2.
Once again, I'm going to spew off a few things. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on base.
A 2-2 count still. 2 outs. Spuds hold on to a 4-run lead. Bison getting 3 back here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 delivered. Runners sent from 1st to 3rd. Now runners move from, so the runner moves from 2nd to 3rd as well as 1st to 2nd. Shakabe holds on to the ball. It'll be 2 stolen bags for the Bison. So now 2 runners in scoring position with a full count. Castillo to Ross. Here comes the 3-2. That one's big swing and a miss for Castillo's first strikeout. So Castillo finally finds his way out of this inning. 2 runners are stranded, but 3 runs are scored for the Bison. So the score moves to 8-4. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th. Spuds look to get some of those runs back. We'll be right back after this short break. So stepping into the box to lead things off here in the bottom of the sixth for the Spuds is Lucas Danielewicz. He's having a great night. A double, a single, and 3 RBIs. Here comes the first pitch from Richardson. It'll be upstairs, ball 1. The Bison got 3 runs back there in the top of the 6th. Shrink the lead for the Spuds to 4. Here comes the 1-0 now. That one low, ball 2. Danielewicz takes the first 2 pitches as balls. It'll be the 2-0. Richardson delivers. That one will be high once more. 3 balls, no strikes. Here comes the 3-0. Danielewicz takes that one high. 4-pitch walk. There's quite a few walks here tonight. Both sides of the ball. That'll bring up the DH, Tyler Stone. Stone having a similar night to Danielewicz. He's got 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. Tyler Stone out of Gonzaga in the transfer portal. Still haven't heard where he will be playing ball next year, but nonetheless, the left-handed hitter steps into the box. Runner at first and no outs. Richardson first pitch stays high. Ball 1. So that's 4 pitches. That'll be upstairs for balls from Richardson. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes, 8-4 lead for the Spuds. That one skips low. Danielewicz takes off and will make his way safely to second. 2 balls, no strikes. Now a runner in scoring position in Lucas Danielewicz. Stone took 1 yard last night, had a home run to right field. See if he can do it again. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second is Danielewicz. Richardson takes a peek at him, now looks back at Stone. Pitch is in there for strike 1. Count moves to 2-1. Danielewicz standing at second after stealing the base. Still no outs. Here comes the 2-1 to Stone. Richardson looks back at Danielewicz and will step off, making him tag up. He'll take his lead at second, and Richardson will look back at Tyler Stone. Still the 2-1. Here comes the pitch. That one will be low, ball 3. So advantage to Stone. As I mentioned, Stone 2 doubles today, 2 RBIs. So I'm sure Richardson knows the swinging power of Tyler Stone, who also leads the team in batting average at .500 coming into this game. 3 balls, 1 strike. Richardson to Stone. That pitch high, no. Catches the strike zone. 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Tyler Stone. As I was saying, Stone 28 at-bats, 14 hits and 5 runs, 2 doubles, a home run, 2 RBIs. He'll add 2 more RBIs tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the full count pitch from Richardson. That one swung on, and it will be into right field. Here comes Danielewicz rounding third. He'll be in for another run. It's the 3rd RBI of the night for Tyler Stone and his first single. So Stone now 2 doubles, a single, and 3 RBIs. So the Spuds stretch the lead back to 5. It'll bring up Tyler Miller, the left-handed hitter out of Bellevue Community College. He had a sacrifice fly that scored a run earlier. No hits. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. That one will be high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0 count. Stone standing at first after the base hit. RBI single for him. Comes the 1-0 to Tyler Miller. That one swung on, high fly ball. It'll be the first baseman calling everybody off. That's Calvin Webb making the grab for the first out of the inning. So Tyler Miller flies out to first to bring up Peyton Flynn now, the righty wearing number 10.
Third baseman, number 10, Peyton Flynn.
Flynn looking for his first hit of the night. Richardson gets the call and now delivers the pitch. On its way, low and outside, gets away from catcher Pezzanella, so Stone will trot safely from first to second. So Stone's RBI single to start the inning. I guess early on in the inning, now stands at second base. One ball, no strikes. Now a runner at second in Tyler Stone. Here comes the pitch to Flynn. No, Richardson will step off, take a peek at Stone. Stone doesn't go anywhere. Nobody there on the bag for the Bison. So still the 1-0. Comes the pitch to Flynn. Swung on, fouled straight back. It'll be strike one. Count now even up. 1 ball, 1 strike, single out. Spuds up 9-4. They've scored 1 this inning. Comes the pitch from Richardson. That one will be low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Richardson to Flynn, an out. And Stone standing at second. 2-1 will be upstairs for ball 3. So advantage to Peyton Flynn. The hitters count. Here in game 4 of this 5-game series. 3 balls, 1 strike. Richardson delivers, swung on, high fly ball to right field. That'll be Salgado tracking that one and making the grab. Stone will take off second to third and will be there safely. So Stone tags up. Goes from second to third base as Flynn pops out to right field. Train 3 now enters your screen. Third one of the night. Well, something I like to keep track of up here in the press box. So now Gabe Garrett, second baseman, will step into the box with 2 outs and Stone standing at third base. Here comes the first pitch from Richardson. It will be in there, strike 1. Take that back. That one was called inside for a ball. Second pitch evens the count up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still 2 outs in this inning. That pitch low from Richardson. Ball 2. Two, 1, 2 outs. Runner on third. Spuds up 5. Here comes the pitch. Swung on towards right field. It won't drop in time. Salgado will make the grab for out 3. So 1 runner stranded in scoring position is Tyler Stone, but Stone has the RBI single, will score 1 for the Spuds. The Spuds increase their lead back to 5. We'll move to the top of the 7th. We'll be right back with the action. We enter the 7th inning now. Spuds up 9-4. It'll be Derek Wood leading things off. He's batting in the top of the order tonight. He'll take that first pitch for ball 1.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Gem City Bison Digital
So 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes. That one swung on. That'll be fouled off towards left field. Even the count now, 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's coming up right now.
1-1 count.
9-4, the score.
Strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike. That one swung on towards the same direction. It'll be fouled off in the left field. Again, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to start the top of the 7th. It's Derek Wood. He was the run in the first inning. Underarm pitch from Castillo. Outside, even the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes to Derek Wood. He will step into the box. Castillo in his 2nd inning pitching. 1 strikeout, let up 3 runs. That one will go outside, now full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to start the top of the 7th. Spuds lead this one 9-4. That one swung on and fouled towards the left field again. So we'll keep the count at 3-2. And Castillo will have to pitch to Wood at least 1 more time. 3-2 count. Here comes the full from Castillo. That one will get outside. For ball 4, it'll be a walk. So a leadoff walk to start the 7th.
Right fielder,
We'll bring up Caleb Salgado, the right fielder for the Bison. Salgado came in last night as a pinch hitter, went 0 for 1 in the 9th. So runner at first. Comes the first pitch to Salgado. Bunt shown, laid down, will go foul. So it'll be strike 1. Salgado's bunt attempt goes foul. Count now, 0 balls, 1 strike. Runner at first is Derek Wood after being walked from pitcher Cade Castillo. Here comes the 2nd pitch of this at-bat to Salgado. Runner will be sent from first to 2nd, and he will be in there in plenty of time. And Derek Wood showing off his speed there. Got a good jump on it. He'll be in scoring position now. So even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Even 1-1 count. A runner at 2nd. That pitch will be high, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Still no outs. Runner at 2nd after Wood stole a bag.
2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out.
Castillo, sidearm righty pitcher to the right-handed hitter Salgado. Delivers, swung on, fouled back. It'll even the count at 2-2.
That'll even things up at 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Bison trail by 5. No outs. Castillo looking for his second strikeout here in his second inning of pitch. Here comes the 2-2. Castillo looks back at second and then delivers. It'll make contact with Salgado, so he'll make his way to first. There'll be runners at first and second now for the Bison, bringing up the designated hitter, Luke Bannister. Bannister, no hits tonight. Last night, 3 at-bats, had 1 hit, which was an RBI. So out comes coach for the Spuds in the infield. It might be the end of Castillo's night. Castillo will be subbed out. A new pitcher will come in. I'll figure out who exactly it is after we take a short break and let him warm up the arm. So Castillo's night is over. It'll bring in Kyle Powers for the Spuds now on the mound. Powers out of the University of Jamestown. He'll face Luke Bannister, the DH, as his first hitter with 2 runners on and no outs in the top of the 7th. That first pitch from Powers in there, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 runners on for the Bison. The 0-1 from Powers. That one will stay outside, even the count up at 1-1. Crowd thought that one caught the corner. Umpire says otherwise, even the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still no outs. Spuds looking for the first one here. Powers to Bannister. That one will be low and outside. Shagabai can't corral it very cleanly. So Powers skips that one to Shagabe, and Wood will make his way from second to third. So now runners on the corners for the Bison. Just a 5-run lead here for the Spuds. No outs, 2-1 count, Powers to Bannister. 2-1 on its way. That one will be low and outside. Now 3 balls, 1 strike. So runners still standing on the corner. It's Wood who was walked and then stole second and stole third. And then Salgado was hit by the pitch, and he stands at first. So Bannister steps back into the box. Here comes the 3-1. Runner will be sent from first to second. It'll be fouled off. Even the count now. Excuse me, move the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So now the full count, no outs, runners on the corners. We're still in the top of the 7th. No outs have been found yet. Powers will get the call from his catcher, Shagabe. Here comes the full count pitch. That one will be low and outside. It'll be a walk. So now the bases will be loaded with no outs in the top of the 7th.
Now batting the catcher, number 26, Nico Pezzanella. The catcher, Pezzanella.
So after Bannister is walked, it'll bring up Pezzanella, the catcher, at a Northern State University, still looking for his first hit tonight, and his first hit in 2 nights in a row. He couldn't find one last night either. Here comes the first pitch. That one will be upstairs. Ball 1. So the Spuds back against the wall here. They still lead by 5, but bases are loaded with no outs, and now a 1-0 count. Here comes the 1-0. That one swung on and missed, so there's a strike. There's the 1-1 count now. Powers out of the University of Jamestown comes in for Castillo. He looks at Pezzanella with the bases loaded, a 1-1 count. 1-1 will be high, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Still no outs. On top of the 7th. Bison scored 1 in the first and then 3 more in the 6th. That's how they got their 4. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on, it'll be fouled back. Now a 2-2 count. The Spuds scored 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 more in the 4th, and then 1 in the 6th. That's how they got their 9. So a 9-4 score, as well as a 9-4 hitting advantage for the Spuds. All 3 of the runners on base have been, 2 have been walked, 1 has been hit by pitch. Here comes the 2-2. That one will be outside. So the full count with the bases loaded. Still not an out to be found here in the 7th. Three balls, 2 strikes. Pitch delivered. Misses outside. It'll be back-to-back walks, and it will score a run for the Bison. So Powers walks his first 2 batters. The bases will remain loaded with no outs as Pezzanella, Bannister, and Salgado round the bases for the Bison. Schultz has a double, which was an RBI double earlier today. Steps in the box. Fresh count, no outs, bases loaded. First pitch upstairs, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. The lead back down to 4. Powers delivers. That one swung on, will be fouled back. Even the count now at 1-1. One ball, one strike. That one was fouled off from Keegan Schultz. Schultz, the third baseman for the Bison. Here comes the 1-1 from Powers. That one will be high for ball 2. So that one misses upstairs. Moves the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Still no outs. Bases remain loaded. A run has been walked in. Here comes the 2-1 to Schultz. That one also upstairs. Ball 3. So a tough spot to be in for the Spuds as Power struggles to find the strike zone. No outs and the bases loaded. See if Powers can deal one here now. That one swung on and fouled off, so it'll be another full count. That's 2 in a row now. As Powers is battling Keegan Schultz in the box. Full count, still no outs, bases are juiced. Powers to Schultz. Here comes the 3-2. That will be high and outside. It'll be back-to-back walked runs for the Bison. So now a 9-6 lead for the Spuds as the coach will come out and have a chat with Powers. It could be a quick night for him as he comes in and walks his first 3 batters. So Powers will be done for the night. It'll bring out another pitcher. I believe that is number 4, maybe the 5th one of the night. Just a 3-run lead now for the Spuds. The bases will stay loaded. New pitcher comes in. We'll let him warm up his arm and take a short break. So Reitmeyer will come in
Batting
for Powers.
shortstop number 6, Justice Panton.
He'll come in with the bases loaded, no outs, and Justice Panton, the shortstop, in the box for the Bison. He has an RBI double so far today. Time is called. So Shagabe will walk out and have a chat with Reitmeyer. Reitmeyer so far has pitched 1 inning in the 6 games the Spuds have played. He allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, but there were a couple of errors while he was on the mound. So an 18 ERA for his 1 inning pitched. He comes in here in the top of the 7th for Powers. Bases loaded, fresh count, no outs. Reitmeyer's first pitch to Panton. Fastball in there, strike 1. So top of the 7th, Reitmeyer's first pitch in there for strike 1. So the 0-1 start for Reitmeyer's night, dealing to Justice Panton. Bases still loaded. The second pitch, drops in there, strike 2. 2 pitches, 2 strikes. Spuds still searching for their first out of this inning. 3 runners, all been walked. Here comes the 0-2. That one low, skipped in there, blocked by catcher Shagabe to make sure the runners will hold up. So it's Schultz, Pezzanella, and Bannister standing on the bases for the Bison. The 3 of them would tie the game. Leading run is Panton in the box. Here comes the 1-2. That one just barely misses low. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Started with the 0-2, now the 2-2. So the even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spuds looking to find an out. Here comes the pitch from Reitmeyer. That one gets upstairs. Full count. So as I mentioned, the last 3 batters have all been walked. So looking to change the script here is Logan Reitmeyer. As he looks at Justice Panton with 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 count. On its way. That one swung on, it'll be fouled off. So the count will stay. And we'll do it one more time. Full count. Reitmeyer to Panton. Panton out of North Carolina, A&T. Looks at pitcher Logan Reitmeyer. Here comes the 3-2. That one will be inside. So that'll be ball 4, another walk. So the last 3 runs are scored from walks.
Second baseman number 7, Tyler Godfrey.
So the same look. Probably getting tired of me saying it. Bases loaded, no outs. Now Tyler Godfrey will be in the play, so he'll be the name I am saying for the Bison. Reitmeyer walks his first at-bat. That pitch will be high and inside. Ball 1. So the once 7-run lead now cut down to a 2-run lead, 9-7. Bases loaded, no outs. Reitmeyer delivers to Godfrey. That one upstairs, and the runners will all advance. Another run scored. 9-8. The base is no longer loaded, but that pitch goes upstairs, gets away from Shagabe. And now it is 9-8. So 9-8, a 2-0 count. Still, I don't even know if there's been a hit this inning, but 4 runs have been scored. Here comes the 2-0. That one will be high once more. 3 balls, no strikes. So all the pitchers for the Spuds really struggling to find the strike zone. 3-0 count. Runners at second and third. Here comes the pitch, right mire to Godfrey. That one, 4-pitch walk. Bases loaded once again. The coach will come out for the 3rd time this inning and have a chat with Reitmeyer this time around. So bases loaded again, a 1-run game, no outs. The Bison slowly mounting this comeback. So another pitching change. We'll see who the Spuds bring out this time. We'll let you know who it is after a short break. So I think my mic might have been muted there. It was a double play. It'll bring in a pinch hitter, Quinn McCafferty. Blake McFadden is the new pitcher on the mound. They were able to turn 2 off his first pitch, and his second pitch in there for strike 1. So it's McCafferty pinch hitting for the Bison here in the top of the 7th. Now 2 outs, 2 runners on, an 0-1 count. That one swung on, strike 2. So McFadden turning the tables, coming from the pen, doing something that the past few pitchers couldn't, find the strike zone.
2 down with runners on second and third. 1-run ball game.
0 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a 1-run game. That pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 7th. This 7 walks this inning. Here comes the pitch. That one will find the strike zone, strike 3. So Blake McFadden comes in and gets the job done for the Spuds. He comes in with the bases loaded. First pitch grounded straight to him. Turns 2. Second at bat is a strikeout. So the 7th inning stretch time. Spuds still lead 1. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th after this break. So we finally make our way to the bottom of the 7th after the Bison score 4 off of 7 straight walks. It's a new pitcher for the Bison is Conrad Kish. His first pitch in their ball 1. Kish didn't pitch last night. He did have an appearance in game 2. Second pitch, big swing and a miss. It's Joshua Quinn, the shortstop, leading things off for the Spuds. So 1-1 count, Kish to Quinn. Quinn out of Cal Lutheran has a base hit today.
All the other defensive players remain the same.
So the 1-1, no outs in a 1-run ball game now. The second pitch in there, 2 balls. So the Bison scored 4 in that last inning. Have scored 7 in the past 2 to climb back from what was once an 8-1 deficit. 2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out.
That one will be outside. Move the count 3-1. So hitter's count, advantage to Quinn. As Kish is pitching to his first batter tonight. 3-1 pitch, that will find the strike zone, move to full. Joshua Quinn in his Spuds debut had a base hit at his first at-bat. Looks at Conrad Kish now with the full count. That one swung on. It'll be a high fly ball, but it looks like it will make its way out of play. Great catch made by a fan out there on the first base line. Count will stay at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Quinn steps back into the box. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Spuds lead this one 9-8. Kish delivers to Quinn. Quinn will swing at it. It'll go deep center field. That's the center fielder, Derek Wood, tracking that one, stepping back and making the grab for out.
Jeremy Keller.
So after Quinn, it'll be Jeremy Keller. Keller comes in for Shagabe, who got subbed out in the last inning. It's Jeremy Keller now, who's playing catcher and is making his first at-bat tonight. Keller, the righty, looking at the righty Kish. First pitch, swung at. That'll be fouled off towards the right side of the field. Count will start at 0-1. 1 out. In the bottom 7. Here comes the pitch from Kish. Swung on towards the shortstop, Panton. Panton fields it, tosses it over to first, but the throw goes way high. So Keller makes his way to second, but so a great play from the catcher, Pezzanella. The toss from Panton to first base goes way high. And then the catcher, Pezzanella, runs over there, grabs it, and tosses it to second. A little bit of confusion going on. It looks, umpire calls interference. So the ball went into the dugout and then made its way out. So it's called interference. Keller will stand at second base now. The coach for the Bison comes out to try to disagree with this call. So as it looks like right now, Keller will stay at second after Keller hit it straight to the shortstop, Panton. Panton tossed it to first way over the head of the first baseman, Webb, and then Pezzanella made his way from home plate as the catcher picked the ball up, tossed it to second for the tag out, but interference is called from
Left fielder number 3, Chase Burke.
the interference is called for the Bison. Interference from their dugout. So now Chase Burke will follow that up. Just 1 out now. Take the second out off the board. Keller will stand at second in scoring position. Bring up Chase Burke. Chase Burke has an RBI double that came earlier on his day. Comes the pitch from Kish to Burke. First one swung on, fouled off towards the right side of the field. Strike 1. So the 0-1 start, Kish to Burke. Keller stands at second after a little bit of confusion. Kish steps off the mound and steps back on. So Burke winds up his bat. We're number 3, the left fielder out of Mesa Community College. Comes the 0-1 with 1 out. Burke will swing at that one and foul it off once more. 0 balls, 2 strikes now. So the pitcher's count. The 0-2 count, runner at second. That pitch will be outside, ball 1. Count 1-2 now with 1 out. Kish to Burke. Runner at second is Jeremy Keller. Pitch is delivered. Big swing and a miss. It's a strikeout for Conrad Kish. He finds his first one of his night. So Chase Burke strikes out swinging. It'll be the second out of the inning. We'll move to the top of the order. Owen Bischoff, the center fielder, stepped into the box.
Owen Bischoff.
So now Owen Bischoff makes his way into the box. Jeremy Keller still stands at second base. Comes the first pitch from Kish. Time was called there from the ump. He walks over to the dugout. Coach might still be in his ear after the interference was called. Home plate ump makes his way back behind the plate. Crowd shouts out a couple of boos for slowing this game down. Still in the bottom of the seventh. It's been a very long seventh inning. For the top of the inning, the Spuds walked 7 batters. So the fresh count now. First pitch, Conrad Kish to Owen Bischoff. Keller stands at second. 2 outs. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike to the center fielder, Owen Bischoff. Bischoff out of Yakima Valley. Looking at Kish. Kish didn't play last night. Made an appearance earlier in the series. Comes in here in the 7th. As the Spuds lead by 1. That pitch swung on. That'll be deep foul ball towards the right side of the field. Call it an 0-2 count now. Two outs. Keller stands at second. 9-8 ball game. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Kish to Bischoff. Pitch on its way. That one will be inside. Ball 1. So count moves now to 1-2. Bottom of the 7th. Kish steps back on the mound. He'll get the call from his catcher, Pezzanella. Time called by the ump again as he points at somebody in the Bison's dugout. Not really sure what's going on from up here. It's the second time of this at bat that he's made his way to home plate. He's telling somebody to, looks like, stay quiet. Puts his hand up to stop, but really not sure what's going on. So for the second time, home plate umpire will return behind the catcher, Pezzanella. Count still stands at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Keller stands at second. Kish takes a peek at Keller. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on. It'll be fouled off left side of the field this time around. Keep the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. We'll try this pitch once more. 2 outs still here in the bottom of the 7th. One ball, 2 strikes. Kish looks at Keller at second. Looks back once more, and here comes the pitch. Oh, the whole Bison infield started walking out thinking that was going to be strike 3, but actually the count will even up now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 now, 2 outs. Once again, game 4 of this 5-game series. The Spuds looking to stamp the series win tonight. It would be their 3rd. They currently lead 2-1. The 2-2 pitch swung on. It'll be a fly ball to right field. That's the center fielder, Derek Wood, making his way over, but no, Salgado, the right fielder, gets out number 3. So we'll move now to the 8th inning. The Spuds still hold on to a 1-run lead, 9-8. We'll take a short break and be back with the action.
fielder, Wood.
It'll be the top of the order to get things underway here in the top of the 8th. The Spuds still holding on to a 1-run lead. McFadden, the lefty, on the mound. Here comes pitch 1. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. So there's also a catching change made last inning. It's catcher Jeremy Keller coming in for Shagabe after allowing 4 runs in the last inning. The 1-0 pitch swung on. It'll be fouled back and left. Even the count up at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Start things off here in the top of the 8th. So the 1-1 count. McFadden to Wood. That one will be high, ball 2. So McFadden to Wood. That pitch in there for strike 2. So now the 2-2 to start things here in the top of the 8th inning. The Bison scored 1 in the first, 3 in the 6th, 4 more in the 7th, and now we're in the 8th, where they have a total of 8 runs. Here comes the 2-2, swung on towards the shortstop, Quinn. He fields it and won't be in time. Oh, excuse me, the throw will be in time. No, I like to check myself again. He's called safe. So a runner on first will bring up Caleb Salgado. Salgado, number 4 for the Bison. Batting second in the lineup out of Yuba College. Fresh count, runner at first. McFadden to Salgado. First one will be outside, ball 1. So it's McFadden to Salgado. 1-0 start. Salgado no hits on his night tonight. Here comes the 1-0. Big swing and a miss. A healthy hack will be strike 1. Caleb Salgado will step back in the mound now, or excuse me, the box with a 1-1 count. Looking at the lefty pitcher, McFadden. A runner is at first, no outs in the top of the 8th. A pickoff attempt. Derek Wood will slide in safely, though, in plenty time. So the even 1-1 count as Wood stands at first. Here comes the pitch to Salgado. Big swing and a miss. Second one and a pickoff attempt at first, but Wood back in time. So the count now moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wood stands at first after the base hit. Another pickoff attempt from McFadden. The lefty has a good look over there at first base, but Wood back in safely. Another pickoff attempt. Did he get him there? No, he didn't. So 3rd time in a row, Wood will slide in safely. McFadden trying to catch him off guard. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the 8th. Comes the pitch. Runner will be sent from first to second. The throw from Keller, not in time. Just barely misses Derek Wood at second base. It will be a strikeout, though, for Blake McFadden. His second one of his day came in last inning, the 3rd one of the inning. I'm going to bring up Luke Bannister now, number 10, the DH out of Temple College, with 1 out, a runner at second now. Comes the first pitch of the at-bat, McFadden to Bannister, the DH. That one will be a bit high. Ball 1. So Wood successfully made his way from first to second. So this throw from the new catcher, Jeremy Keller, was not in time. Wood will take his lead at second. McFadden will take a peek back at him. And now delivers the 1-0. It'll be swung on, and it'll be just barely foul to even the count at 1-1.
One ball, one strike, one out as everybody goes back to their positions. And gets ready for the 1-1 pitch.
Even 1-1 count, a single out, and a runner at second in Derek Wood. He had a base hit and then stole second. Here comes the 1-1 from McFadden. That one will in there, inside for strike 2. So a good-looking pitch there from McFadden. The third base coach will trot down and say a couple of words to the ump. So now the count at 1-2. McFadden, a nice pitch, had Bannister sliding out, but still finds the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, a 1 out. Wood still stands at second. 1 out in this inning so far. Spuds hold on to a 1-run lead. Here comes the 1-2 from the lefty, McFadden. No, he'll step off the mound. Make sure Wood returns to second and doesn't try to steal third. Crowd giving some energy to pitcher Blake McFadden. Here comes the 1-2 now. McFadden takes a peek back and delivers the pitch. Big swing and a miss for another strikeout for Blake McFadden. So McFadden picks up his third strikeout already. It's the second out of the inning. And he'll bring up Nico Pezzanella, the catcher. He doesn't have a hit tonight. Last night, 2 at-bats, no hits. So looking for something to go on his offensive stats. He now looks at McFadden, who has 3 quick strikeouts. A runner at second here in the top of the 8th inning. A 9-8 ball game. Here comes the first pitch. That will find the center of the strike zone. Strike 1. Looked like a fastball there from McFadden. That had some heat on it. 0 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. The top of the 8th. McFadden, that one will be outside. Good work there from catcher Jeremy Keller. Reach out and grab that one. Pitcher McFadden out of NNU will have a quick chat with Jeremy Keller. So Pezzanella in the box for the Bison. Steps out, has a couple of practice swings as Keller and McFadden both return to their respective positions. Once again, game 4 of this 5-game series. Similar to game 1, a game that was decided by 1 run. We're in a 1-run game right now. So here comes the 1-1 with 2 outs. McFadden takes a peek at Wood. He takes one more look and now will deliver the pitch. Just a bit upstairs for ball 2. So the Spuds started off hot. They were up 8-1 at one point. But the Bison have crawled their way back and now just trail by 1. So the count sits at 2 balls, 1 strike. The lefty McFadden to the lefty Pezzanella. That one swung on. It will be fouled on straight back and left out of the park. It'll be 2-2. Even 2-2 count with 2 outs. Runner at second. So we're coming up on 3.5 hours played out here at Wolf Field. It's the 2-2 to Pezzanella. McFadden delivers. That one will get upstairs and high for ball 3, so a full count now. So a friendly reminder, tomorrow's game, game 5 of this series, has been moved to 1 o'clock. It was originally a 5:05 first pitch, now a 1:05 first pitch. So whether you're going to come to the game or tune in online, just the heads up there that there has been a time change due to weather concerns. There will be some heavy rain later in the afternoon. So the full count pitch swung on and fouled back, so the fight will continue between McFadden and Pezzanella. Full count with 2 outs and a runner at second. It's Derek Wood standing at second, who led things off here in the top of the 8th with a base hit, and then stole first to second. 3-2. On its way once more. That one finds the strike zone for another strikeout for McFadden. So the crowd really coming alive here as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a strikeout to retire Pezzanella. The score remains 9-8, Spuds on top. We'll come back for the bottom of the inning after a quick break. Stay tuned. So Lucas Daniel Wicks steps in for the Spuds, facing a new pitcher. It's Parker Knupp, number 30, coming in for the Bison. His first pitch way high. Daniel Wicks has to duck out of the way from that one. So that'll be 1 pitch, 1 ball for the new pitcher, Mr. Knupp. So a 1-run ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. Second pitch finds the strike zone, even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. So scoring recap for the Spuds. Scored 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 more in the third, 2 more in the fourth, and then 1 more in the sixth to get their 9 runs. That pitch was in there for a strike. The Bison scored 1 in the first, 3 more in the sixth, 4 in the seventh to get their 8. Here comes the 1-2. That one will stay high for ball 2. So the even 2-2 now to lead off the 8th. That pitch is swung on and missed, so it'll be a strikeout. Parker Knup's first batter is a strikeout. So Knupp finds his first strikeout to Lucas Danielix. It'll bring up Tyler Stone now. Stone leading the team in batting average tonight, keeping his hot bat alive. He's got 2 doubles, a single, and 3 RBIs. He's batting the DH and third in the lineup tonight. That first pitch will be high, ball 1. Stone appeared in all games so far for the Spuds, batted third in all of them. Here comes the 1-0. That one swung on. It'll be fouled off toward the dugout of the Bison. We'll even the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Knupp to Stone. Stone last night around this time had a home run. Left-handed hitter hit it deep to right. That one, big swing and a miss. A healthy hack finds all air, but 1 ball, 2 strikes now. The 1-2 with 1 out. Stone will take that one upstairs, ball 2. So another 2-2 count. The 2-2 in the bottom of the 8th. That one will stay outside. It'll move to full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no runners on, a single out in the bottom of the 8th. Spuds still up 9-8. Last run for them came in the 7th. Comes the full count pitch. That one swung on, a high fly ball. It'll be foul. So we'll leave the count 3-2. And Knupp will deal to Stone at least 1 more time. So Knupp struck out Danielix for the first out of the inning. Now the full count to Stone. That one stays outside, ball 4. So a 6-pitch walk will bring Stone to first. And the new batter will be Tyler Miller. He had a sacrifice fly scoring a run. It'll be a pinch runner.
First baseman, number 28, Tyler
Stone comes out, and number 2, Zachary Schwartzberg, will step on first.
Your attention, please. Pitch running at first base. Number 2, Zach Schwartzberg.
So pinch runner in for Stone after he draws the walk. It's Schwartzberg standing at first now. Brings up the lefty Tyler Miller out of Bellevue Community College. Still just 1 out. A runner at first. That pitch low and outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. That one stays outside as well. Ball 2. So now the 2-0 start from Knupp to Miller. Schwartzberg standing at first as the pinch runner. That 3rd pitch will go inside for ball 3. So advantage to Mr. Miller as he looks at Knupp. 3 balls, no strikes. Pickoff attempt to Schwartzberg, unsuccessful. He slides in plenty of time. So the Spuds looking to go into the 9th with a little bit of a larger lead, just 1 right now. Here comes the 3-0. That's high and outside for 4-pitch walk from Knupp. So Schwartzberg goes to second. It's Tyler Miller trotting to first. They'll bring up Peyton Flynn now with 1 out and 2 on for the Spuds. Peyton Flynn, number 10, the 3rd baseman out of Montana State, now looks at Knupp after Knupp walks Miller. 2 runners on, first pitch, curves in there, strike 1. So 0 balls, 1 strike now. Schwartzberg, the pinch runner at second, came in for Stone, who was walked. And Miller also walked at first. Second pitch, that'll be high for ball 1. Count stays even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th, still 1 out. A runner in scoring position is Zachary Schwartzberg. Here comes the 1-1. That one drops in there. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count up to Flynn. Flynn, no hits on his night. Here comes the 1-2. That one will be low. Good eye from Flynn, ball 2. Even 2-2 count, 1 out. Pitch on its way. That one finds the strike zone for strike 3. So Knupp finds his second strikeout. It'll be the second out of the inning. It'll bring up Gabe Garrett out of Florida Tech, the second baseman for the Spuds.
Second baseman, number 15, Gabe Garrett.
So a fresh count to Garrett. 2 runners on, a 1-run lead for the Spuds here in the 8th. First pitch, big swing and miss. Strike 1. The 0-1 with 2 outs and 2 runners still on. That one way upstairs. Even the count up at 1-1 now. 10:45 local time out here in Caldwell, Idaho. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 1-1 count with 2 outs. Knupp delivers, swung on towards center. That's the center fielder, Derek Wood, coming over. No, it's the right fielder, actually coming from his right to left to make the grab for the 3rd out. So we'll move to the 9th. It's the last chance for the Bison to take a lead. It's a 9-8 ball game. We'll move to the 9th after this short break. So before the start of the 9th, I'd like to remind everybody to follow us on social medias. Facebook at Spuds Baseball, Twitter at Spuds Baseball, and Instagram at Spuds Baseball. Facebook's actually at Spuds Baseball Club. I misspoke there. So to stay up to date on all things Spuds, make sure to follow our social media. So we're here in the top of the 9th. It's Keegan Schultz for the Bison leading things off. They trail 1. It's their last chance to move this game to the bottom of the 9th. So first pitch in there, fouled back, strike 1. So McFadden, the lefty, came in the 7th, the 3rd pitcher that came in there in the 7th, still on the mound. That one swung at and missed. So an 0-2 start here in the top of the 9th to Keegan Schultz. Schultz had an RBI double earlier today. The right-handed hitter playing 3rd base for the Bison. Now looking at McFadden, 2 strikes. That one swung on, fouled back. Count will stay at 0-2. So a reminder, tomorrow's game moved from 5 to 1. This is game 4, so tomorrow will end the series. Spuds lead 2 games to 1. Here comes the 0-2. That one slips outside. It'll be ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to start the 9th. Comes the 1-2 from McFadden. Swung on high, deep. That's Chase Burke going back and making the grab close to the warning track. So solid contact, but Burke able to make it underneath that ball in time for out 1. So the chances go down for the Bison. Now 2 outs remain before closing this game out for the Spuds. So it's Panton now. He had an RBI double earlier today. He steps in for Bison. That curveball from McFadden in there for a strike. McFadden on the mound, the lefty. Second pitch swung on, fouled back. Knocks the helmet off of the catcher. It'll be strike 2. McFadden's appeared in 4 games, pitching a total of 4.1 innings, 2.07 ERA. So he's been a really solid pitcher for the Spuds' go-to this year, only allowing 1 run, 3 hits. So he's got 4 strikeouts so far through his nearly 2 innings. It's the 0-2 to Panton. 0-2 in there for strike 3. So back-to-back outs, 2 quick outs to start the 9th, and now the chances are really small for the Bison. 2 outs, nobody on. McFadden finds his 5th strikeout. That'll bring up Tyler Godfrey, which could be the last hope for the Bison. The Spuds looking to get out of this one with the victory. First pitch will be high and outside, ball 1. So the 1-0 count, McFadden to Godfrey. The lefty to the lefty. Second pitch swung on. That will be a base hit. So Tyler Godfrey finds his way to first after a base hit. It's the second one of the day. So now Calvin Webb will follow up that base hit from Godfrey. He's looking to be the hero tonight. He is the leading run. The tying run now stands at first. So fresh count, McFadden to Webb. Godfrey leads off at first. Here comes pitch 1 to Webb. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. So start with an 0-1 count, McFadden to Webb. The 0-1 now, 2 outs. McFadden delivers. Another big swing and a miss. So the 0-2 once more. 0 balls, 2 strikes. One more strike will end the game. One more out will end the game. A 9-8 ball game. Fans all on their feet. Here comes the 0-2. Another big swing and a miss. It's a strikeout to end the night. So McFadden comes in the 7th, deals 6 strikeouts to end the game and pick up the win for the Spuds. So the final score, 9-8. The Spuds secure the series win, now up 3-1. So a 4-3 loss, an 18-0 win in Game 2, an 8-1 win in Game 3, and now a tight one here tonight, 9-8 win. So thank you all for tuning in to this tight ball game. We'll see you tomorrow. Just another reminder, game time changed from 5:05 to 105. So whether you're going to come out to Wolf Field and watch the game in person or watch again online at Spuds TV, just a reminder that it is at 1 o'clock. So we thank you for tuning in tonight. The Spuds edge out the victory 9-8. We'll be back here tomorrow. Go Spuds. Have a good night, everyone.